the Rothko Chapel does not have their mission statement emblazoned in metal in front of the building to explain. It is simply a building that holds mysterious paintings.
First I saw it from outside and I said, okay. And then I went in and it was this, wow. It seems that time stops and you're just there.
I walked in and I go, whoa, wait a minute.
There's kind of an alchemy that's taking place. I mean, you're literally taking brick, paint, canvas, light, and then you add people. All of a sudden, something so simple can be so profound.
It's spiritual, it's harrowing, it's full of contradictions, as is life.
I feel a presence, I feel a comfort, I feel surrounded by those who have gone before.
And I can tell you that the longer you spend time with the panels, the more you will see.
John and Dominique had experienced religion in a very positive way, and they wanted to recapture the sense of the sacred and the transcendent.
I think the Menils were working against the dominant culture at the time of, the liberal intellectual elite, which was discounting the relevance of spirituality, and yet they were insisting upon it.
I consider the Rothko Chapel one of the strongest testimonies of their faith that they left behind.
My father mocked up 3 walls in his studio. Based on the size of the paintings, they were made hand in glove. They are essentially one element.
The idea that he could control the exact setting into which the paintings would be placed was extremely important.
He gave instructions, so many inches from the floor, so many inches from the edge of the wall.
My father painted works that really toy with color that you have to almost absorb more through your body than through your eyes.
There was something mysterious and velvety and very soft.
It's humble and it's grand. It's minimal and almost nothing and very deep. He used finite materials to express the infinite.
There's no crucifix, there's no Star of David, there isn't the mihrab.
That's what makes it sacred, is that it's for everyone because it's for no one specifically.
It says, whatever your path is, you can find yourself here.
And it is a place where all of us, regardless of their faith, their background, they feel ownership of this place.
Modern art does not provide an easy answer to one's looking. And that is important because it is much more about asking questions as opposed to providing answers. I think that is what the Rothko Chapel is for me.
It is you the people of Houston, who will make the chapel what it will be. It is you who will use it, who will love it, and it's what you will do it that finally we hope, and I'm sure, something will happen in the world.
I think that what is surprising about the Rothko is how quiet it is.
But sometimes you just have to take a deep breath and enjoy yourself in this moment, at this time.
And after my stroke, that chapel had a lot to do in that recovery, with that recovery. Literally, I was there for 8 hours a day, and it was heaven. Somebody said to me, what's heaven on earth? Heaven on earth for me is sitting in the chapel
It's a spiritual space from the moment you set foot anywhere near the chapel.
And that silence, it's actually a rich silence. It allows us to really get deeper in ourselves and almost allow that inner awareness to shine and be present. Then sound arises. Whether it's in a prayer, whether it's in a sacred syllable. And that kind of re-energized that silence in such an incredible way.
You wanna get to heaven, let me show you how. Keep your hand on the gospel now.
There is that contemplation, but then there's that action. I mean, it's nice to contemplate, but to affect change, that requires action.
When the chapel was opening up, John and Dominique decided to have a time of prayer, she called it. Different religions, different denominations came and they prayed in their own traditions, and the others were there to witness. And then we had the Islamic colloquium. We had Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
Even once built, was not entirely clear what might happen here. But it kind of dovetailed, I think, with the interests that they had in social justice and human rights.
For example, the story of the broken novice. The Menils offered this as a gift to the city of Houston to mark the remembrance of Martin Luther King.
But the idea of a monument in the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King was just not going to fly. And so Mr. and Mrs. de Menil found this wonderful spot next to the Rothko Chapel.
Spirituality, art, and social justice all require at least one thing: imagination, right? It requires thinking beyond current circumstances.
It's just really clear that here at the Rothko Chapel, there's a commitment to bold action, to contemplation and reflection, as well as bold action.
The biannual Óscar Romero Award is a signature piece of our human rights work. Since 1986, the Rothko Chapel has given the award to unsung heroes who are working under extraordinary circumstances to advance human rights.
Indigenous people, Black people, all of us together, that we have the right to dream of justice and dignity, to dream of a world where all of us, men and women, have self-determination, where we can decide what do we want for our country.
There was always a strong commitment to listen, to engage people that are oftentimes not even invited to speak.
You can find yourself and understand your individuality, and yet there is a possibility of building a community.
I think particularly about Ash Wednesday service in 2018, I was driving to the chapel when I learned about the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School mass shooting. I had these thoughts of the work we have to do in the world, and it was so sad. And I walked into the building and I could just immediately feel that I wasn't alone. Not that it was okay, but that I wasn't alone.
And we are, I think, thirsty, hungry, starving for spaces like this, for conversations that are difficult.
When men or women commit themselves totally to an indisputable just cause, our hearts and soul respond with fervor and gratitude.
The religious mandate is, now that you know what it means to feel whole, the demand is upon you to grow in your compassion for others. And that, for me, is the grand idea, the grand invitation of the chapel.
And so then, as we look over 50 years of programming, you continue to see that intersection of spirituality and social justice. That commitment was true when the chapel opened. It's especially true today, and we hope it'll be true in the years to come. I mean, central to the founders was this idea that there was a credible need for both exploration and dialogue. And I think the Opening Spaces campaign is really trying to investigate how do we keep that mission alive. First thing that we're really interested in is restoring the skylighting. The other part that's very important is the enhancements we did landscaping-wise.
We're thrilled that the Suzanne Deal Booth Welcome House is now ready. And the second phase will include a new administration and archives building. We're going to launch the new program center. This is a 5,300 square foot building that provides a large open space that's extremely flexible and configurable.
2 bungalows that are currently used for our archives and our offices will be removed, and then that space will be opened up for a new meditative garden.
The Rothko Chapel has a lot of work to do for the next 50 years. We find ourselves back at square one when it comes to matters of social justice.
But the beauty is, people get to meet each other who have not, if not but for the chapel, would have never crossed paths.
You know, it's almost like a pilgrimage place. Just because so many people come, they kind of empower it.
When I think about 50 years from now, I really see this consistency of presence of space. That people will still come here, people will be coming from all over the world, that there's that sense of welcome and invitation to come, be, sit, explore, making the world better than what it is, not only for this generation, for generations to come.